Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is another pretty interesting video on a trade idea that I currently am trading right now. It's quite an interesting trade idea, and I think it's going to be something that's going to make me quite a bit of money. So if you're interested in learning a bit more about how I found this trade idea, make sure to stay tuned on this video. So like I said, this is going to be a trade that I have actually already taken. Now it's a trade that is currently in play. It might be playing out perfectly, it might not, but right now I'm in profits and I think the trade is going to play out well. The reason why I'm going to be sharing these ideas with you or sharing any of these videos with you. So just to introduce myself to you, my name is Morgan and I am a professional trader. I trade currencies, commodities, stocks, indices, and sometimes I do investing as well. I also, on top of that, teach people in over 28 countries around the world about how to trade, invest, and manage their wealth. And the purpose of these videos is so that I can share things that I'm doing on a daily basis that can help other people. The YouTube channel now has grown to over 100 countries around the world, thousands of subscribers, and it's very important to me that I'm able to take what I know and what I'm good at and share it with every single one of you. So if you think that's a good thing to be a part of, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also click that bell notification. You can keep updated on the weekly videos we upload all the time. But getting back to this video, it is going to be on a currency pair called the USDNOK. So it's the US dollar against the Norwegian krona. So it is a little bit more of a minor, more or less an exotic pair that we're going to be trading. And it's having a look at a possible short-term to mid-term interim weakness on the US dollar, as well as a possible strengthening to the Norwegian krona. Now, this is going to be focusing on the technical analysis. I'm going to try and keep this video below 12 minutes. It just makes the video a little bit better for me to edit and upload, and also for all of you to watch. So if it runs on a bit long, maybe we should do a part 2, but we'll get into this video and get going with the analysis. So onto the charts, we're going to be having a look at everything to do with the Norwegian krona. So specifically, we're going to be focusing on the daily and the weekly time frame. We also might possibly go into the monthly time frame as well, but that just depends on how much time we have. So a big focus behind this is also going to be specifically focusing on the structure of support and resistance levels. So support and resistance levels are very simple to understand, but if we have a look here and we just draw some simple levels to show ourselves exactly where price action is, that's also a very important part to deal with. We've got a level much further up over here where price pierced this previous level. That was way back when in 2016. And then we've got levels down here that pierced just slightly lower of that previous support level. So what we can see here is that price is moving within this solid range. So we've got price action moving from this level down to this level. And then we got a second level over here where price action is moving from these two levels down to these two levels as well. So we've got a smaller range and a wider range, so we can consider calling these, labeling it range A. So range A is the mid-range, and then the outer ranges we can name range B. So range B will be over here, and what we can do is just copy this down. So range A is in the middle and range B are on the outer ends. So what you can see right there is basically I'm just labeling the support levels and the resistance levels, as well as the gaps between the two. From time to time, you'll see that price action can sometimes pierce below a support level, pierce above a resistance, and sometimes come back down. Now those levels, those outer levels where I've named it range B, are also still important levels that you need to consider. Not always will price action test exactly on the resistance or support level that is previously identified. Sometimes if there's enough momentum, price will move beyond those levels. So back onto the charts, that is going to be point number 1 for us, identifying that there are the support and the resistance levels. Now what we can currently see as well is on the charts, we have got those Bollinger Bands. Now on those Bollinger Bands, as you can see, we're seeing that previously, when price action has moved up to those Bollinger Band levels while trading within this range, we've had price action pull back from it. So if we zoom in just a little bit, we're going to see that in these levels over here. So if I show you, just going to take a small rectangle, we can see this level over here was tested. Again, we had this level tested. We nearly had the Bollinger Bands tested there again. Bollinger Bands tested, Bollinger Bands tested. And then you can also see on these lower levels here, we've got price action, which is testing the lower level of the Bollinger Bands and then bouncing away from them. So what this allows us to identify the Bollinger Band specifically is basically showing us the dispersion of volatility. So that's the dispersion of price movement from a previous average, so historic average. Now, I'm going to be doing a video very soon on these Bollinger Bands, but what it allows us to do is show us when price action is at an extreme level of being either overbought or oversold. Now, Bollinger Bands don't always work, but when you're using multiple analytical methods and steps like I used in the previous videos, it allows us to add up point by point by point. So although the Bollinger Band is not going to be a strong point we can make use of, it definitely is point number 2, saying that on the weekly chart, we've got those Bollinger Bands tested, we've hit those levels, and there could possibly be a pullback from it, like historically seen with those rectangles, those red rectangles on the charts. So back onto the charts for point number 3 is going to be another one that we need to look for. Now, another thing I have to say to you is people did notice in the previous video, I did a bit of opening up some top secret analytical processes. And what I did was I used a special stochastic template. Now, it was in this video over here. There's going to be a link down below in the description if you want to watch that. Really nice video to make use of, but it's talking about the stochastic levels. It is also going to be a good idea to do the stochastics video. If you don't understand how a stochastic operates and how you can use it to successfully trade for yourself, watch this video as well. The link will be number 2 down below in the description. And that video is going to show you exactly how you can trade the stochastic for your own trading success. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go back onto the charts and open up the stochastic template and see what that is able to show us. So going down onto this level over here, what we're able to identify is that the stochastic levels are overbought, excuse me for saying that, on almost every single indicator. So what that allows us to identify is that on the 20 average, the K period, so as you can see on the stochastic, which will be in the video that I asked you to watch, the stochastic video, you can see that the K period has gone from 20 to 30, 40, 50, and 60. And what this allows us to do is identify the strength on that stochastic level. Now, if we have a look over here, you can see how the chart has basically shown on all 5 indicators how in the weekly charts it is overbought on all 5 levels. Now, what you can see previously is we've had in the past where not all 5 levels are identified, and even though there was a bit of a sell-off, there was a good sell-off, you can see previously how when all of the levels are identified perfectly, it allows us to obviously realize that we're in a strong level of being overbought. Now, we're going to be explaining this fully in the next video coming up, but that is going to be another point that we're going to add in, is that all the stochastic levels we make use of are all overbought. Now, going into the next point is going to be important for us because that is also going to be having a look at something like the monthly chart. So on the monthly chart, what we can also see over here is that the stochastic levels on most of these levels are overbought as well. So in the K period for 60 and 50, we've got a strong overbought level, and close to the 20 and 30 levels, we've also got something close to overbought. So also on top of that, the monthly time frames are showing us that there could be a possible overbought scenario. Now that is just making use of the larger time frames, which also assists us as well. Going back into the smaller time frames also assists us in having a look at what the closer levels might look like. Now what we can also see here is that we have some very strong levels of price movement moving very strongly in the bearish direction. As you can see over here, we've got a very strong bearish move. As again over here, another very strong bearish move, and again. So what you can see here in these larger trends that are forming up, as you can see in this level here, we have got price action that's basically forming up these levels where we've got price moving up very gradually in these volatility funnels, followed by breaking down very, very strongly to those previous support levels. Now, what we can also see over here is that we have got price action that is broken out from this level. So we have got price that's moved higher, it's broken out from this level, pulled back slightly, and then moved higher. Now, what could be a possible scenario that we could identify is that price action could move lower down towards this level over here. So as you can see, we're at this previous level where price action was previously tested. So you can see over here, we've got this level here, but now this level could possibly be tested again. So as again, this is the smaller time frame, the daily time frame, we can see how there is volatility forming up here. And now if you take this previous level over here, where this rectangle is, and match it directly with this, there are some very, very similar characteristics where you can see how price action is bouncing inside this Bollinger Band between the higher level and the middle level multiple times, as well as over here as well. So what's basically happening over there on those very, very tight levels where those red triangles are, is that price action is hitting a lot of buy and sell volatility. So there's a huge amount of buyers and sellers in the market. But what you can see in the previous rectangle is that after that buy and sell volatility broke, there was an extremely bearish move. And once again, that's what we could possibly see in this market, is that we could see an extremely bearish move again. So those are roughly about 4 points. I think it was about 5 points that I made use of that shows you a little bit of insight into how I'm going to be analyzing this trade. Now, I've already taken shorts on this position that are already in a profit, and I'm going to see if I want to add to the position and possibly hold it for a longer period of time. Now, that is going to be another scenario that I'm going to have a look at. So to anyone who wants to find out a bit more about all of the other points that I found in this video, if you think it's a nice trade and you learned a lot from it, make sure to comment down below and just say to me, make sure to do part 2. If you think I should do part 2 and you like this trade idea, then I will do part 2 for you as well. But to anyone who wants to find out a little bit more about how we teach people in 28 countries around the world, you are able to go over to our website, www.msequitiestrading.com. You can have a look at how we train students via a specialized online training platform. We even have mobile app access, so they are able to access via their tablet, mobile app, and their computer to train 24/7. And on top of that, they get private coaching access for an entire 12-month period. The cost of that program is only $475, which is less than $50 a month, which is actually very, very cheap. On top of that, like I said, I'm a professional trader, so everything we teach our students is the exact same things that I trade. So my proven track records, my verified track records, show everyone that the strategies I use really do work. To anyone who wants to reach out to us and apply to this program, all you got to do is email study@msequitiestrading.com, and my team will get straight back to you and get in contact with you and help you out. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Leave a like if you thought this helped you, and also subscribe to this channel to keep updated with all the weekly content. I will see you in the next video. Cheers for now. We'll be right back.